Greetings and welcome to the 1-6 Scale Man proudly presents another episode of You Know What It Is, Collectors Lounge International on a lovely Sunday afternoon or morning or evening, depending on where you at in this world. We're so glad to have you guys here with us. It's going to be a great show today. A lot of things to basically talk about. We got a dope ass release, in my opinion, from Hot Toys when it comes to that Valkyrie figure. Also, SooSoo Toys is starting to step up in the fray. They like, yo, don't forget about us. We back here lingering. We got some things to show you as well. So we're going to talk about that and much more. A couple of different things that we're going to kind of tap into. But again, thank you for having everybody here. Thank you for being here on this incredible Super Bowl Sunday. So I know a lot of people are definitely happy about that. Before we get into this crazy panel of individuals that we actually got, as a matter of fact, let's just dip in. Let's tap in and talk. And say, now I know one person who's super duper happy about the Super Bowl today. You know, he came ready. He ready in his own way. You know what I mean? Showed us a nice little classic watch. He's ready to shine, but with a calm demeanor, he's like, man, you already know what time it is, bro. We about to do this damn thing. I got a strange feeling like his level of excitement ain't to really like burst out. But I got it's just like when they win, Cal's gonna probably be like, yay, we did it. Yeah, we did it, y'all. Yeah. I'm crying tears right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it. You already know what it is, man. But yeah, I'm happy. Anyway, let's bring my man in. My man Cal. What's going on with you, bro? You already know what it is. It's almost game time. We already know, bro.
We know what time it is. Bro? That's funny. That was real funny. You know, I always think of the movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy in jail, and he's like, well, "Why aren't you beat up? I'm a karate man. I hurt on the inside. I don't show emotion. You know, it's on the inside."
But you wouldn't know that because you a big Barry White looking mother.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, bro. What's going on with you?
I'm good, man. Just woke up tired. I didn't even do nothing yesterday, but had a long week, so happy to just sit back. I'm just looking for a good game. Just I don't want nobody getting beat one way or the other. Just have a good game to the buzzer, and looking for some good food, good family, and
good food, good family, good friends, and a good game. That's all we ask for, man. You already know what time it is.
Even if my squad loses, just know they got further than yours.
They got further than yours, bro. But the thing is, San Fran is looking good, bro. Like they are definitely looking good, bro. So you can't. That's the thing is like everybody betting on, or not betting, but it's like everybody's swaying like so much. And here's the thing, bro. What makes it good for y'all is that a lot of attention has been on Kansas, on Kansas City Chiefs, bro. For whether it's good reasons or bad reasons, and I don't see that. I mean, everybody's talking about this whole Taylor Swift thing. It is what it is, bro. Like, I mean, leave that alone. Just like let it go. Like, you know, she's there. She's supporting her man, but it is what it is. But the attention is more so on them, and it's like San Fran is allowed to just kind of sit there and just be at an even kill and be like, okay, I'm glad y'all there. You know what I mean?
You got Mahomes pops. He's getting DUIs. I don't know what's up with his brother, but I saw a video last night of Mahomes' wife was in the club and his brother was trying to get in her section, and her bodyguard was like, and he was like, and they looked at her and she was like, and just went on dancing. I was like, goddamn,
to her own brother.
Her own brother-in-law. So I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
So who knows what's going on. But yeah. Also sounds like they tried dicking my team around. They gave them a practice squad at the UNLV college and just put some sod over the AstroTurf. So sounds like they gave them a shitty squad to yard to work on. But
more motivation, bro. More motivation.
I think that's going to build up some animosity. We'll see what they do today. Either they're going to show up or they're not. Either or.
You already know. More motivation. That's what time it is, bro. Who cares about everything else? More motivation. Anyway, man, thank you for being here as always. Next up, and he got some clothes on today, so everybody ain't got to worry about it. We got my man Agent Silver Fox in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
All good. Hey,
Yo,
I've got clothes on. I've got the main
I
woman.
didn't see it. I didn't see it. Leah on the chest.
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
Yeah, you said, oh
yeah.
yeah. You said, he's like,
That
oh yeah.
T-shirt. Come on.
Yeah, bro. You already know. You said, oh yeah. You already know.
Oh yeah. Hot Toys make a figure of this. That's coming home.
You already know, bro. You already know. They got to come home. That's just no question about
Hey,
it, bro. Bring it home. Bring it on home. Bring it on home to me. What's going on with you, bro?
all good.
Yeah.
Rushing today. We came down the motorhome from some stormy weather in Scotland. So yeah, it's all good to be here. And as a
Yeah.
Dolphins fan who worked in California, I'm rooting for Calvin's team. I'm on the 49ers.
There you go. There you go, bro. There you
I,
go.
Here's a fact. I've not. It's just one of these things I grew up with because of Dan Marino when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I became a Miami fan. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
also a Heat fan. But I've been to several Lakers games and I've been to several 49ers games, but I've never been to either a Heat or Dolphins game.
Word, word. I
Strange,
mean,
isn't it?
my Sixers, bro. You already know how it is. Like I
Yeah.
said, my Sixers are just, where they at right now. Um, people like, well, why ain't you a Knicks fan? I've never been a Knicks fan, bro. I've always been a Sixer fan since Julius Irving's passed down to Allen Iverson. You know what I mean? Charles Barkley. I've been a Sixer fan from day one. That's just the way it's been for me. But you already know. You already know. We tried it, Cal, before you start talking. We tried it with them Lakers. It didn't work. Even the step over didn't help us that season. So you already know.
Yeah, look, you
I'm
you got your one. I mean, I think it was fucked up that y'all had to fuck up our perfect record. We were drawing for the history books, but AI had to get his one. Okay,
yeah,
I'll give you that.
we had to get that one, at least that one, bro. You already know.
Man,
I
we,
mean,
we
at
were
least
going
y'all
under, we were
y'all
going
allowed us to
undefeated.
get that one in y'all building, bro.
We were supposed to be undefeated that playoffs. That was supposed to be a full run, and
Come on,
AI had
bro.
said, "Fuck that." So I give him that.
Yeah.
But at least you went with Philly. At least a squad with some history, like Milwaukee. I've never heard of a New Yorker with a Milwaukee fan. Never mind. I'll stop. I'll stop.
Yeah, you already know, bro. You already know, man. But anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being out there too. Before I go to the chat to see who we actually have in here with us this amazing Sunday. Again, it's gonna be a lot going on. Always got to pay homage to the space where I get my figures from. Talking about underground figures all day, every day, Ray. My man, make sure that you get those figures in hand in a timely manner. On top of that, NRD, no NRD, that is basically shipping and handling reasonably priced. If you ain't got it, he'll get it for you. On top of that, his responses are excellent. The packaging is excellent, double boxed. Make sure you got those little white peanuts in your box too to make sure that your package is secure and that the art box is secure. Love my guy Ray. Head on over there, let him know that I sent you, and he will hook you up. Also, we want to give a shout out. I have to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Hawkwar's Toys. Not only do you get the figure you're looking for, you get the sticker to boot, also a comic book that labels this as well, that basically lets you know what character you're getting and the source material. Make sure that you read your books when you get them. Reasonably priced NRD. On top of that, he will make sure that you get the figure in a timely manner. Shout out to my man Ray, also sponsor of this year's Hawk Wars. Basically going on over there, Figure Flex Friday. So if you aren't a member of the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group, make sure you become a member. Submit your art. And when I talk about art, submit some of the photos of your collection. And definitely you have a chance to get entered in to win this grand prize from Hawk Wars. So just want to definitely give you guys a dope shout out. And Hawk Wars a dope shout out for that. And also, last but not least, definitely got to give a shout out to my man over there at Comic Relief and Comic Collectibles. My man Watcher Sixth, as always, will make sure that you get not only just the comic books you're looking for, statues you're looking for, figures you're looking for, whether it's 12 scale, 6 scale, third scale, quarter scale. They'll definitely make sure you're taken care of. So again, hit him up. Hit all three of them up and let them know that your boy Leo sent you over there, and they will make sure that you are taken care of on me. Anyway, thank you for being here. Let's go to the chat and see who we got in the building. We got my man Mark Attack in the building. Agent Silver Fox. Yeah, we need a good point guard badly. You already know. Brandon Salad, what's going on, man? He said, howdy, gentlemen. How you doing, Brandon? Thank you for being here, my bro. Calvin Wycliffe, Padme down, waiting on Valkyrie. You already know, bro. I can't wait to get my Padme. Should be coming soon. What up, guys? Thank you for being here. Mike Cal Hagel. Hey, y'all. Notice that Hot Toys took down the Valkyrie blogger photos. Does anyone know why? We'll talk about that. Did they? They took the blogger photos down? I got to take a look at that. I will take a look at that in just a moment because we were going to talk about that figure first. Let's see here. We got Evil. Let me see here. We got an Evil Sneaker in the building. Thank you for being here. Hello there. How you doing, bro? Thank you for being here as always. Good morning to you. Empire Strikes is in the building. Thank you for being here, my bro, as always. Luminar is in the building. Hello, guys. I'm on the way back from my school trip. We placed in 21st categories, 21 categories. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Shout out and congrats all day. Who else we got? Empire Strikes is in the building. Thank you for being here. Figureastic Park. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here, my bro. Del A is in the building. Thank you for being here as well. Hey, if I'm sniffing, this means I'm congested, really congested. So don't mind me. Who else we got in here? We got Flo Keezy. Is that Flo Keezy in the building? Any statue collectors seeing the Pure Arts 1/2 scale Witcher statue? 3.5K. Wow. Get out of here. That's incredible and expensive. My man Machiavelli the Dawn in here. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you, my guy. Chewy's Bandolier. My man, thank you for being here, my bro. My man, the Booty King, all day, every day. Hey, boys, what's going on with you, Booty King? Booty King in the building. Thank you for being here, bro. CM Brock is in the building. Thank you for being here. Holland Toys Flicks is in the building. Thank you for being here. Windman 42 is in the building. Thank you for being here. Wayne Timothy is here with us as well. Cylon is in the building. Thank you for being here, bro. And my man Palo 89 is in the building. Thank you for being here. As always, 12-inch Move Stream in the building. Thank you for being here. Tragedy Tales. They took them down, but put them back up the next day. Yeah, thank you for being here. The Flash. What up, y'all? Thank you for being here, man. Yeah, that's interesting. Did they take them down again, or are they still up? Because I don't see. Let me see here. Let's go take a look. Because that's interesting if they did that.
Still up, Leo.
They're still up?
Yeah, I think it was just the first time, maybe.
Oh, it was that first day. Okay. Yeah, because let me go in here and do this real quick. Yeah, because I think I saw. Yeah, they're still. Wait a minute. Nah, they're not up.
Are they not?
They definitely took them down
On Hot Toys.
Yeah,
Facebook page.
On Hot Toys Facebook page, they took them down. I'm looking at it right now.
Whoa.
Like they're not up. Hold on. Yeah, they took them down. Wow. They definitely did take those pictures down. Let me go over here and look because I had them up.
Check it Insta.
Wow, they did. They took them down. That is interesting. Maybe they were tired of everybody going in those figures, bro. On that figure, bro.
It's still on Instagram.
Yeah, let me go to Instagram real quick because here's the thing. It could be a couple of different reasons why they took them down. One, maybe they got tired of people talking about it. But then also two, maybe it's one of those situations, and let me pull it up. Maybe it's one of those situations where they're looking at retooling some things. You know what I mean? Maybe they might actually be thinking about redoing the body because everybody has some concerns about it. You know what I mean? But we'll definitely take a look at it. We're going to look at the one we'll take a look at it in Instagram because that is interesting that they actually decided to take it down on Facebook, unless they're going to there's going to be like, I don't know. It could be, like I said, it could be for good reasons. Maybe they heard everybody's complaints. But here we go. This is basically on, and I'm glad you brought this up. This is on Instagram. So we get a chance to basically see now. And we know that throughout the week, this whole entire week, this has been a topic of conversation. and some good, some bad, ways. Um, which I don't necessarily understand why. But before we get into this, though, I want to bring something up because MRC took some incredible photos of the head sculpt. He took some phenomenal head sculpt or photos of that actual head sculpt. I'm going to bring it up here so we can take a look really quick. But he definitely took some phenomenal photos that I want to kind of bring up and take a look at for us to see. And I think it's definitely worth looking at. But again, there were a lot of this. It seemed to have been at that point like a lot of blowback. A lot of people that were talking about the figure, talking about whether or not the head sculpt was on point. They were talking about the seams, or it wasn't seamless, but the seams the shoulders that basically you can tell that were jointed. So a lot of people didn't really like that. And it was the main topic of conversation, that kind of flooded the internet, within the community. People were questioning the head sculpt, talking about her head was a bit too big, this, that, and the third. But I want to pull this up because if there were any questions about does this figure look like Tessa Thompson, these are the posts. This is the pictures that MRC put up. And shout out to MRC, always taking us some incredible photos. Look at this head sculpt, man. Like, Calvin, this right here is Tessa Thompson. If you don't believe it, and if people don't believe it and they don't see it, I don't know what else to tell you, bro, at all.
I see her. I don't know what y'all seeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is Tessa
Yeah.
Thompson, bro. This is definitely Tessa Thompson. But what I'm wondering is, again, because they took those blogger photos down, that is a good call. Let me ask you a question, Cal. What do you think the chances are that the reason that they took them down is because they're going to do some retooling?
I'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what they're doing on their end. Especially seeing how it's supposed to be New Year. So the fact that they're working, that's shocking in
Yeah.
itself.
Yeah.
Um, I'm always down for an improvement. We'll never decline that. I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people have had issues with the body, the joints, the exposed joints, and things like that. So let's see what they come up with. But as far as this head sculpt, I think it looks phenomenal. It's by far
Mm-hmm.
not the greatest that we've ever seen them do. Of course not. But I don't. People are acting like it's a completely different actress altogether. I don't see that.
Bro, this is Tessa Thompson. Like, and I guess that maybe I'm not seeing it the way everybody else does, and maybe like people are just too hypercritical about it to really give it the respect that it needs. But yeah, I don't know what else to tell you, bro. Like, this is basically her. And based on all the photos that we got from MRC and other people who, have been taking these photos, I'm like, what is it that you're looking for that we don't already see here? You know what I mean? What is it that you're looking at? Um, yeah, I don't know. What do you think? What do Ian? When we're looking at these photos and we're looking at this character, what are your thoughts on it?
So I don't think, well, that they're retooling. I don't, because this is
Mm-hmm.
a finished product, so
Mm-hmm.
it'd be too much of a cost. I think. I wonder if it's something with. I think there was 2 or 3 different blogger photos, wasn't there? So maybe there's some dispute because there was a bit of a backlash around the photos. I don't know, but I don't think in business, I don't think, especially manufacturing, that they would
Mm-hmm.
release a product and then retool would Howard
Or
Chan
retool
eat
it.
that cost. And then there's been people that have got their shipping converted, right? So I don't know, but for me, even with the blogger photos, it looked like Tess to me. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, I, I, d- I don't know, and the head sculpt looks like Tess to me. It really does. Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
shoulders, the body could have been changed, but I've seen 3 different poses
Mm-hmm.
online, that mask it, and it looks really cool, really
Yeah.
dynamic poses, and
Mhm.
that's what I would do with this figure. So I don't get the hate, to be honest, on this. I think, hey, this looks like Tess, and uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
each to their own. Everybody's got their own opinion, but my eyesight tells me this is Tess. So
Yeah. Yeah. That definitely is what it's telling me as well, bro. Like I don't see anything that would lead me to believe that it was anything different. Shout out again, shout out to MRC um presenting these photos. That's Tessa, right? Look at that, bro. That's
yeah,
Tessa
it's
Thompson
Tess
all
Thompson.
day, bro. Like you can't excuse that fact. And for people that were talking about the neck, being small, of course, with the collar that surrounds the neck, it does mask a lot of its girth around the neck, like as far as making it a bit thicker as far as the neck pieces is I don't know. People just I don't know. There's going to be complaints regardless, so you can't really get around that. You definitely can't.
Here's the
With that.
thing for me, Leo, and Calvin, is that I so a lot of people don't know there's fashion and portraits photography I do on the side. I don't do figure photography, and I've
Yeah.
got a reason for that for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to see photos in the light that I have in my display, and I envisage what that would look like. So when you get these um, very unreal displayed photos, which all look great, and I'm all for it, I don't judge the photo for
Mm-hmm.
me putting that in my collection, because
Yeah.
that's not going to be how it looks in my collection. Same
Mm-hmm.
as using a
Mm-hmm.
macro lens and getting real close up.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be like that. So I'm a bit reserved on what I see in some stuff, although
Mm-hmm.
because it's an emotional ass hobby, this you still fall in the traps. Um, but yeah, I prefer seeing the videos
Mm-hmm.
under ambient light. But this is Tess all day.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't. Apart from the shoulder joints, yeah, I can get that. I think the figure's worthy of more than that. But the head sculpts, that's Tess. So
Yeah. I see myself out. Seems there was an issue with the photos. Vescar kid, bro. Like, I swear to God, bro.
stage exit left.
Bro, it's not perfect, but I think it's amazing. 100% worth of the money, worth the wait. Yeah, definitely it is, man. How they already shipped her out, that wouldn't be a good idea for people that already got her, like MRC. Um, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, bro. Like I said, no quarrels for me. No qualms for me when it comes to this piece. I think it's incredible. They must have seen those up close pics that MRC posted on IG, and she looks good. You know what? You got a good point. You got a definitely a good point. And here's what I wanted to say too, Ian. See, and I agree with you. Like, I think it is a bit too late for them to go back and release or retool, because again, this was to go back and retool, because consider the simple fact that the money that was put in this as far as promoting and the materials and the production. But we did sort of see this, like for instance, people who, when it came to like the Iron Man figure, you know what I mean, when everybody was like that Tony Stank head sculpt,
Mm.
and then they decided to go back and retool and give us another one. So they did that. Even with like recently the Wolverine, like the sticker, they reprinted a sticker, which was easier for them to do. So that's not even something that we want to put out there. But then also even the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man figure, where they actually went back and redid the eyes on the actual mask, and then they sent
Mhm.
out the updates on that. So I know that this is a bit different because we're talking about a body. You know what I mean? We're talking about them going back to retool the body itself. But depending, because remember, like I think was it the Wonder Woman figure? I believe it is the Wonder Woman figure. One of those figures where, like, not the 100, not the WB 100, but there's another Wonder Woman figure where it was seamless from the shoulders and everything down. Even with the Ahsoka figure, it was seamless from the shoulders down, I think, to the torso. But you could remove the torso, from the figure itself, from basically the bottom half down. So I think it's something that could be done. Like they can do a body swap that way. But again, like you said, if it's already production out there and if they've already done it, then retooling may not be one of. And then on top of that, because they're on a holiday, they ain't gonna stop holiday to do that shit, bro. They're not doing that. That's just not gonna happen. So it could be, like I said, your other point, blogger photos. You know what I mean? It could be one of those situations where there was a bit of friction in between and they want to go back and just kind of release, or they might be hitting MRC up and be like, hey, could you do some? You definitely never know. We got Karen Kelly Nerd Corner. Social media in general is just a medium of unhappy folks bitching about everything in general, and far too many in the collecting community do it as well with every damn release. I didn't say it, you said it. I don't have to say it after that, bro, because it is. And here's the thing, bro. And we say this to be fair, because if we don't basically get, and I use this as an example, right? It depends on how you bitch, because I'll give you an example. Had we not bitched as much as we were supposed to, then we wouldn't have got this. You know what I mean? We wouldn't have basically got this Supergirl and a retooling on that head sculpt. We wouldn't have got an update on that. But on the flip side, it's how you do it. It's one way and one thing to be constructive. It's different when you're completely toxic, disrespectful, and yet hatred is thrown at the artist and their family and the company who has basically done us justice now for years. So it's a totally different perspective. But I do agree with you. The bitching, for no reason at all, or the bitching just because it didn't turn out the way you expected it to, or the way you would have liked it to. Even if it does, like I said, just be constructive about it. But everything else and all the personal attacks against everybody, because again, it's another figure that divided the community, especially amongst each other. That's when it's terrible. You know what I mean? That's when it gets really, 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 really bad. So definitely, bro, I'm with you. Yeah, but no, criticism of photo custom head sculpts and must be amplified. Folks simply demand more in Hot Toys than they do on themselves. It's a free market. You're right. He said, agree, definitely. You can respectfully critique figures. Definitely, you can. You definitely can. You definitely can. Completely agree. There is a difference between giving constructive criticism and being a total jerk. Exactly. And that's just the way this community tends to be, and they tend to err. Here's the thing, though. When we see it and how we view it, is it that it's everybody? And it's not, because honestly, it's a small minority against the majority, because the majority of folks out there that I see had some good things to say. Majority of the people in this community are incredible individuals. It's a small minority of individuals who get out there, who poke the bear, and they just plant seeds just to see how far they can actually go with it. So it's not everybody. So I have definite faith in the community, but it's just that we need to start weeding out that majority, or that small minority of individuals who just do it just because. And then on top of that, we got to stop buying into it. Because if we don't buy into it, if we don't give them a voice, if we don't give them the attention, they'll slowly see themselves out. Case in point, it happened to me twice last week. Somebody put a comment under my post expecting me to, respond to it. And I didn't. And you know what they did? They erased it themselves because they didn't get the reaction that they thought they would get. And I think this is how we got to really approach this situation. We got to approach it knowing, expecting that with every release, there's going to be complaints. And that's okay, because the thing is, complaints, constructive, like we always say, constructive pushes the needle forward, and it's a conversation to be had, and there's an understanding. But when you start talking about people's moms, or I wish you die, I wish death on your family, or you fuck this up, this company is shit, you're shit, the artist is shit, they're crack, you're dumb, for what liking it and all this other shit. When it gets that far, bro, come on, man. Now you're reaching. Now you're reaching. Because here's the thing. Half of y'all know y'all wouldn't say that to a person's face. Y'all wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You wouldn't definitely do that. And it's crazy. I use this for example, bro. I use Star Wars as an example. And Cal, you and Aaron, Ian, y'all know this. We got a Star Wars celebration, right? Everybody who walked out on that stage was an applaud I have never heard it that loud before. It was extremely loud. So when we think that the Star Wars community is so super duper toxic, and we know that in certain instances they are, we also got a chance to witness how loud the majority can be. You know what I mean? We got a chance to witness how accepting the majority can be in person. That there were no differences in that room, and people were genuinely excited about it. So that's how I view this community. We are genuinely excited about the stuff that we get, but there's a minority that wants to be vocal, and we just got to drown them out. We got to drown out I always say this, turn down the volume of ignorance and turn up the volume of positivity. That's just the way it is. So that's how I see it, regardless. Anybody else got anything to say about this figure, man?
No, not really. I've been saying it all week, so
Definitely.
I'm not picking this figure up because I'm on a certain path with Marvel, and it's not because I don't like it. But it's always playing on my mind around Valkyrie and a certain Thor display. I love Thor, so I don't know down the line. Let's see, but right now I'm certainly not picking it up. I think let's look at the positive, right? They've released this figure. I think they should have released it before now. And I'd have preferred it wasn't from this certain movie because that sucked ass.
You I think we can all I can't help to be. Here's the thing. You might as well put me in that toxic minority when it comes to the movie, bro, because they did my boy dirty. They did my boy dirty. And then coming from a director who immediately said he had never read a book. He had never read a single Thor book, bro. He only read when it came to the movie. So anyway, go ahead, bro.
Sorry, stepping back on this movie. I had this movie up here. It had Christian Bale, Russell Crowe. You know, it God, the God Butcher. I was like, yeah, this is going to be epic. And it was a wet fart.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed by it. And I thought I would have collected the whole line. But
yeah, I feel you.
Anyway, but
definitely
the good news is, you know, this figure's released. So I honestly didn't. I didn't think they would release this Leo until they put up the 17 photo image figures.
Yeah, definitely. An incredible piece there. So I'm definitely all in on this. DC Fett, ironic enough, my wife just looked at the stream and said, this looks like Angela Simmons. Now that you say that,
I can see that now.
I can see it. I can definitely see Angela Simmons. I can. Wow, I didn't see that. And that's no shade, because Angela Simmons is a very beautiful woman. You know what I mean? That is definitely no shade. And even the person who basically
Simmons.
Angela Simmons, you already know. And then the person who basically said that this looks like last week, no names, but the person said that this looks like Eartha Kitt. You just basically threw some positive energy at her. So thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. They both resemble each other a tad. I think Angela's face is a little fuller. Yeah, it is. It is. But definitely they do resemble each other. So yeah, I do want to give a shout out on that. They definitely killed it there. So anyway, if you're going to get this piece, get it. You'll be definitely happy about it. I know I will. And I'm excited about it. So moving on, man. I want to move on to something else here because, again, this week we also got an amazing. Oh, here's the thing. It depends on what side of the spectrum that you sit when it comes to this, because it's not going to be, and I say this, that it's not going to be for everyone. It'll be for some folks, but it's not going to be for everybody. So SooSoo Toys decided this week that they wanted to basically release a teaser. So this is SooSoo Toys 2024 project. So what they're basically dipping in, and we know this a lot. Now, mind you, before I get into this, so you still got an X-Men line you didn't finish. So I'm just throwing it out there. You tease us with that. You only gave us Gambit. You only gave us Rogue. You still got a Rose gallery of individuals out there that you need to finish. Haven't done it yet. So I mean, come on. We appreciate you throwing this on here, but you still need to go back and do some things. Anyway, so we got a complete roll. This right here is SooSoo Toys dipping into the fray, saying that we are going to basically release a few figures out there that a lot of people might have been waiting on. And I said this before. I said this on my show on or the other day on Friday, that the Flash, the CW Flash with Grant Gustin, that was my Flash because I enjoyed the first few. I see the final season. Final couple seasons, put it that way, were like iffy to me, but I still enjoyed it for what I got and what we got from it. I still enjoyed it, but again, they're teasing us with Jay Garrett, Barry himself. We also got Wally West, Kid Flash here. We got the Reverse Flash as well, so they tease us with that. But then they tease us with this, and then they decided the next day to go on ahead and give us the figure. You know what I mean? So to give us the actual figures from this line. So I'm gonna actually go back and take a look at this really quick. So they gave us a few figures, a few teasers from the line itself. Yeah, I still do think they need to give us Black Dynamite. I mean, Black Lightning. They need to go back and give us those figures. But again, we've gotten teases for the Flash figures from the CW. First, we're going to start with this one. Now, this is the Future Flash. This is the future version of the Flash. Now, here's the thing. I preface this by saying it this way. A lot of people aren't going to be into this line. They're not. A lot of people aren't going to really, really like this line. It's not going to be for them when it comes to these figures, at all. But you're going to have a lot of people that are into these pieces, man. And again, I'm just happy. I'm hugely, really, really excited at the simple fact that that SooSoo Toys is giving the CW some love. They're giving them lots of love, and I definitely appreciate that. I love what we're actually getting from it. Now, this might look familiar, but the suit is going to be completely different. It's a retooled suit. This is the future version of Barry that we actually got from the CW show. So when we get to the head sculpt, you'll actually see. I do like the likeness here. The likeness looks incredible. It looks like a recast, but we'll talk about that later. But this is the future version where Barry had longer hair. So if you're wondering why his hair is long, it's longer because it is definitely the future version. I got corrected on that on Friday as well. So shout out. But I do love the suit. I love, basically the way it looks. I love that they're dipping into this. The only thing that I'm kind of skeptical about when it comes to this piece is that SooSoo Toys lately, which I got that blade on order from them. So I'm hoping that they do that blade some justice as well. But sometimes they're very selective about their bodies. And what they'll do is give you just a single jointed elbow. And I'm like, please don't do that with this figure, man. Don't do that with this figure. Don't do that with these figures. Give them some justice. Give them the articulation that they actually need. And just let it be that. But again, we definitely did get this. Again, if you're a CW fan, if you're a DC fan, you just have to be excited at the simple fact that we are getting these pieces, and the attention to DC is just basically forward and out there. Cal, you saw these pictures, man. You got a chance to actually look at these. What did you think, bro?
I'll be honest, I didn't.
You didn't?
I think I was watching your show the other day, but I was in the middle of work, so I was more so listening. From what I'm seeing, they look good. Now, how many were there? Or how many will there be? I guess I should ask.
How many figures so far? Well, so far they've basically released 3. They call it the Future Flash, but we know it's the Flash. And then they call the Kid Flash. The Kid Future. They call it the Future Speedster. Put it that way. And then it's the Kid Speedster, which we know is Wally West, Kid Flash. and then they have the Reverse Flash, which they call him the what did they call him? The retrograde speedster. I'm like, what? Why don't you just call it the Reverse Speedster, man? You could have left that name. Anyway, that's what they got here. So it's all three of them so far. We do know that we're going to get the upgraded suit Flash, and we're going to also get Jay Garrett. So the what's the earlier version, the first Flash. So we're going to get that version as well. But for now, they basically just released these three figures. Were you ever interested did you ever watch the CW Flash, Cal?
Season 1, I think, maybe season 2. For whatever reason, I fell off. I remember I liked the show. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. What's his girl's name? I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
Who, his girl?
His girl.
Iris West. Iris West.
That was my main draw to the show.
Yeah.
Honest. But I always get snippets, but by that time I was already behind. It'd be season 3, season 4. I always said I'd go back to finish it. I just never got back to watching it. So I do plan to at some time, especially now that I can just binge through it and get through it all the way. But I would love to see Iris. But I saw enough to know that old boy in the wheelchair was Reverse Flash. Like I said, I saw enough to know there was some shit going on, but I fell off at some point. I never did get to see where his hair was lengthy like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was basically the future version of him. So yeah, it was like that future version that you got a chance to see of the character. So it wasn't, you know what I mean? It was in a certain episode that you got a chance to see this version, a certain season, but which I'm sort of glad that they did this, because then they kind of distinguished themselves from the version that we actually got from Hot Toys. So I definitely love that they did that. And again, if you missed out on that version, then you have a chance to get this particular version. Now, only thing I'm wondering if this is going to be a leather suit, if the suit's going to be leather, or if it's going to be a certain material. So that's the only thing that I would actually wonder about. I didn't read it in the description. I didn't read the description, really. I was just looking at the figure itself. If it's going to be pleather, or is it going to be one of those things where the suit's going to be protected over time? So this is something that we have to definitely see. What you think, Ian? What's your thoughts on this, bro?
I'm like Calvin. I think I maybe watched the first couple of episodes. Sorry, first off, thanks, Big Blue. Is my audio okay?
I hear you. I hear you fine.
Okay. So I watched the first couple of episodes into season 3, I think, and I don't know why I stopped. Maybe it was just so many things going on. I'm really not sure. So, I think these look great. I'm not getting them because I've really got, like you, Leo, when you collect Star Wars, DC, Marvel, and I collect iconic movie figures, it becomes overwhelming. So I've really got to watch now.
Over time, yeah, bro.
It's over time. There's this compounding effect.
Mm-hmm.
So because I don't buy something, it doesn't mean that I don't love how it looks or I like it. I've just got to watch now. But listen, I'm happy. I think especially this one, I really like this. I think it looks great. Like you, I'm not sure what material this is, and the way some third parties are going, it would be nice if this was a form of real leather, which would be quite appealing. But I do like this. I wouldn't be picking it up again, not because I don't like it. I have a very structured path now where I'm going, because I don't have infinite space. So.
Yeah. And that's the thing with this, because the only reason why I would get it, again, is because I missed out on the Sideshow version. I had a chance to get it, but I didn't get it, for obvious reasons. But again, I try to give, this, CW, or the DC as much love as possible. And on the simple fact that I thoroughly enjoyed the first 4 seasons of the Flash, bro. Like I was every Tuesday, Wednesday, I was there, bro. Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm sorry, I can't forget. I was there to watch the show, all in on it. You know what I mean? And I thoroughly, and this to me was a better depiction of Barry Allen. In every aspect of it. I
Mm.
liked his version better than I liked Ezra Miller's version. I'm just being completely honest.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you got a chance to see, because whether you know it or not, he is a very intelligent character, and you got a chance to see his level of intelligence, also his detective work, because he is a forensic investigator. You know what I mean? That's just who he is, and you got a chance to basically see that. And then he did give you some funny quirks in there as well. You know what I mean? But again, I just thought it was a better depiction. I love the suits that we actually got from it, and I thought it was incredible. Um, so that's why I really, 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 really like it. You know what I mean? So that's my reasoning for getting it. It's hard because I'm a well-rounded Marvel, DC, and Star Wars fan. So that's where it's going to hurt me. You know what I mean? So just wanted to kind of put that out there as well. Um, we also got this figure as well before we get, yeah, here we go. We got the reverse Flash from the show. Now, this is more of a reason for me to say, yeah, I need to get it. And the reason why is because if you watched the show, if anybody watched the show, you know that the battles between these two was legendary. You know what I mean? And the way they portrayed the character, the actor himself portrayed this character was phenomenal, because he played so many different versions of Yvonne Thorne. It was so many different versions of him, different, interpretations of the character himself. He played just so many different things, and I loved it. I love his and a simple fact that the look that we actually get with this, don't mind the lightsaber, just get that out your head. But at the simple fact that we also get the red eyes with this piece, so you get two different versions. You get this version and a more, it's a more humanized version, still with the red eyes as well. But this is exactly how the reverse Flash looks. And I like that they're giving that to us, and that we get a chance to get that iteration of the character, all the accessories. Here it is. This is like the more humanized version of it as well. But the first version is true to form. I think these look good. I definitely think it looks good. And again, it's probably going to be the same situation with you guys because you haven't really dove into the show. You can appreciate the figure from afar, but it's not going to be something that you'll possibly get in your collection, though. You know what I mean? But they definitely look good. To have, especially. Yep, Tom Cavanaugh was incredible. He is one of the most underrated actors around. Yeah, he is. He is. He is. He is definitely one of the most underrated actors of our generation, to be quite honest, because he killed it. He killed it. I mean, because he played so many different iterations of the character, and his interpretations were on point. And just in case you didn't know, there is we're going to get into this next figure, but before we get into the figure, I want y'all to know that there is an alternative version of this next figure. And that is the Booty West figure that's going to be out there. That's SooSoo Toys probably going to have in a small quantity, and that is it's the Booty West, aka Brother Cousins figure that you can actually get. That comes with the peach chest plate logo for booty. So definitely this will probably be up. I'm ready for y'all coming soon. I can't tell y'all when. That's completely up to Hot Toys to deliver the goods. I mean, I'm not Hot Toys, but SooSoo Toys to deliver the goods, and I think they're in negotiations with licensing for that with Jay. So we'll see how that goes. But if you're looking for the regular version, of course, that's out there. Then it's going to be this version right here, of course. This is again the Kid Speedster. So definitely it is more so of the again Kid Speedster, aka Kid Flash, Wally West, the brother of Iris West. So definitely, well, at least on the show, that is. But yeah, definitely an incredible looking piece to have. Um, Again, if you're going to get the other two, it's worth basically having this. And I think they did such a great job on this figure, especially the interpretation from the show. I love the color palette. You get both the red and the yellow contrast, which is true to form. They did a great job with it. And I like the simple fact that we are in the height difference between it. I'm glad that they basically stuck with the height difference so you would know. Um, but definitely good pieces to have in your collection. Again, I already know Cal and Ian, it's not something that you're going to actually get. But for those, who are Flash fans and Flash, fans of the show itself, definitely it is a piece that you do want to get. And B Dyson said, "Kid booty," you already know. I love Tom Cavanaugh and his previous shows on NBC called ED, or Ed, I'm sorry, where he went home and bought a bowling alley. He already know, bro. Definitely, it feels like buying non-licensed figures is not supporting DC or CW. BC, they don't get paid at all. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, but it's good to see that there are off brands that are basically doing figures that other companies who have the license won't do. So that's what I kind of have my feelings on, even though. And what do you feel about that? Because he has a point. He feels like buying non-licensed figures is not supporting DC or CW because they don't get paid at all. What do you think about that, Ian? What do you think about that comment, man?
I understand that it's a valid. I would always prefer something that's licensed,
Yeah.
but I look at my collection. So most recently we talked about the Star Wars Tauntauns.
Yeah.
We ain't going. I tell you right now, I'll be blown away if we get a Star Wars licensed Tauntauns like that can live up to that. So for me, I think my collection is about movies and characters, and yeah, I'd prefer it to be licensed, but the difference ultimately sometimes is just the license fee going to the corporation. So I don't know. I understand that I'm probably a hypocrite in that way because I'm a collector, right? So I'm just excited to see people get the figures that they want. I think everybody probably would want it licensed, but if you can't, as long as you get it, you get your representation in your collection. That's the way I feel. So I'm just happy in terms of getting these characters in the collection, but I don't care about the corporations, to be honest.
Yeah. And here's the thing, bro. Like I said, and I agree. Obviously, one man says obviously it's not supporting DC, but if they have no desire to license the property or nobody is interested in making them, it might make them see there's a market for stuff they dismiss. And that's the point that I'm making, that even though, we look at it to whereas everybody basically needs to get paid, I disagree. Lesser known characters like Black Lightning don't receive as much focus, so we have to rely on non-licensed producers. That's the point. Like, here's the thing. We see it and we say, well, people don't get paid for their work. When unlicensed companies basically release these figures, they don't get paid for the work. Okay, I can see that side and I can see that level of understanding. But I also see where there's a space, and I agree that if unlicensed companies, like, all right, I'll give you an example. It took a company at that point that was unlicensed to do a figure for Hot Toys to really realize and consider and do it twice on so many different occasions, a few times. Give you a case in point. Even though they didn't release and give us a vulture, to get the recognition, it took Jazz Inc., it took Toys Era and SooSoo Toys to put one out there for them to basically realize that there was a market for it. And then it drew the interest. Same thing happened for Doc Ock. It took Toys Era and also Doc Ock and Green Goblin. It took Toys Era to release both a Doc Ock and a Green Goblin for Hot Toys to realize that there was a market for it. And then they gave us those figures. You feel me? So this is what I'm saying. Like, yes, I agree, but then I disagree because again, there's opportunity for them to see where they can capitalize on these pieces because again, they're out there. Don't wait for another company to do it before you say, okay, there's an interest. We don't want y'all taking money from us. No, you should have done it in the very beginning. Because if you would have did that, there would have been no reason. You know what I mean? There would have been zero reason to basically do it. And I agree, like characters such as Black Lightning need to get more shine. I agree that characters such as even, you know, Luke Cage should have got some shine from Hot Toys. But no, they just gave it to the Punisher at that point. They only gave it to Daredevil at that point. Forget Luke Cage. But he was an interesting character. And you could have given people of the show. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if you have the license to dip into these pieces now, and don't say, well, the reason why they didn't because there was no interest. Obviously, people feel different, and the public opinion spoke differently because when this dropped last week, there were a lot of people that were super duper hype about it, bro. There were a lot of people that were super duper hype about these figures and things that they want. You know what I mean? So again, if we wouldn't have got the pressure on them with these particular figures, then there would be no, you know, we wouldn't have added that pressure and given attention to the things that we love because these unlicensed companies choose to focus their attention on it. Hot Toys would have probably never paid attention. You know what I mean? So again, just like I hope more of these companies, hint, hint, give us a Zoe Kravitz. Because if they put more, now one unlicensed company did it, but it wasn't a good representation and that flew under the radar. But I hope companies like Toys Era, I hope companies like SooSoo Toys can see that, okay, people would love, even Mars Toys. People want to have that Zoe Kravitz figure. So if you do it, then you're putting added pressure on companies like InArt. You're putting added pressure on companies like Hot Toys to produce because there's no reason why they shouldn't. Would y'all agree with that?
Well, I agree. If being a seasoned collector, if people can remember back that Hot Toys were first producing unlicensed figures.
Yep.
So they demonstrated to the companies that provide the licenses that they can do this.
Yep.
And I think Mars Toys are chipping away at that and other companies to get at that. Jazz Inc. were all falling over the 89 Batmobile and all that. They were not licensed. So the more we support these companies that have a passion for our hobby, I'm all for it. This is why I say I don't ultimately care about the corporation from a collecting point of view. I care about the product. Right? I care about the artist.
Yep.
Not the suits. That's just where I'm at. So I understand it all though, because I would always still prefer a license. You talk about the Vulture, the Jazz Inc. Vulture. I've got it. I think it's fantastic. And, you know, it's one of my favourite pieces. And, you know, Hot Toys still haven't delivered on that. You know, so I think for us as collectors, the more avenues that we've got to purchase, and because there's so many different lanes, I'm happy that people have got choices. This is the way I see. But
definitely spot on, bro. Like I think that, you know, having those choices, you know, it's like sometimes you don't have a choice, but you got to put the foot on the gas to get the things that you want. Cal, what do you think, man? Are you opposed to like companies like third party companies giving us like, you know, unlicensed figures, man?
Of course not. I'll be honest. I can't say it any better than Ian just did. My two examples were both Hot Toys and Jazz Inc., and he used both of those. So spot on. He said exactly what I wanted to cover. No, clearly, and the key word there he used was passion. Clearly, these lesser companies have the passion and the artistry to not only give us the pieces that we want, but exactly how we want them. And Hot Toys, sometimes it just feels like they're just doing the status quo and just kind of getting by on the fact that they're Hot Toys. So
Yeah,
good shit, Ian.
they're
You said
Hot
exactly what
Toys,
it was.
who they are. and they're getting by on that name. That no matter who we release and who we don't release, you're still going to basically you're going to follow in, and you're going to still, you know what I mean. You're going to still be with us regardless. You know what I mean. So again, everybody has their own personal preferences, and I get that. You know what I mean. You have your own personal preference of what you collect, what you basically deem as something that you would want in your collection. Not mad at you for that. You know what I mean? Definitely not mad at you for that. You're going to collect what you basically think works for you, and that's cool. You know what I mean? That's 100% cool. I myself don't have a problem with third party companies. I collect third party figures. I collect figures, like Ian said, figures that I have a passion and affinity for, and they fit what I want. They fit my collection. They are a filler for the thing. Like, hey, we talked about it last week. That Mars Toys blade, or even like this that Mars Toys blade that's out right now. Again, that piece is phenomenal. For those who don't have it, if you're looking for a piece, then definitely you wanna have it in your collection, especially if you're looking for something that you don't uh um you don't have. If you don't have basically a Hot Toys figure, if you missed out on that brand, on that figure, then you have alternatives. So Toys is about to release a blade too. So again, that you have alternatives. You have other figures that you can actually get. So just want to put that out there. There's alternatives for pieces that you may not have in your collection, but you may want. There's always going to be those things out there. So yeah, good conversation on that point. I want to move on to something else here really quick. And I know we've been talking about this now for like a couple weeks, ever since they put this up. But we want to move in that territory where we kind of just, I don't want to say guesstimate, but we want to talk about this because, again, we're sitting in that space where we know that it's Chinese New Year. So we know that is actually ramped up. Shops have actually closed down. No one is actually, I don't know if there's going to be any reveals or releases this week. They probably won't be. But one company who shall remain nameless, that I think we all know, decided that they were going to go ahead and reveal a figure that was getting released this week. Talking about it's ready to ship, that it's shipping now. I want to caution people really, really quick about this, right? And I think y'all need to really know. And I don't even want to bring the company up because I think people who got this notification already know. Just because you're trying to dig yourself out of a grave that you've created 6 feet deep, 12 feet deep, 24 feet, whatever it may be. You're trying to dig yourself out by regaining the confidence of customers by sending out emails talking about, we have ramped up our staff at almost 95% capacity, 98% capacity, and we're ready to get these pieces out. For those who have been waiting, we want to basically remind you that, and we're glad that you're sticking by us and you've been by us, yada, 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 whatever you want to say. I caution you when it comes to this company, literally, if you've been burnt once, if you've been burnt twice, don't get burnt for a third time. Don't be a fool. Number one, wait that shit out. You don't need day one. You don't need to actually have it day one unless you go from a company that's credible. Do not buy from companies who false advertise bullshit. They don't ship your stuff out in a timely manner. And if you've been burnt way too many times, I don't think I have to say the name of this company because I think it's already basically been said out there in the chat and you already know who I'm talking about. So just don't do it. I'm just letting y'all know, don't do it. But they put an advertisement up yesterday talking about the figure was on its way. And the one that they basically revealed was C3PO. Moose Dream, you're right there with me. Devil's Workshop sent me an email about C3PO. I will never buy and I never will. You already know. Don't do it. Don't do it. But seemingly, this is the figure that's going to be coming. Day one, Toys Buy Agent. They're credible because, again, you know you can get your pieces in a reliable source. That other company that I refuse to name because I don't even want to give them that energy, watch your back. I'm just telling you that right now. Watch your back. Don't fall for the bullshit. I don't care how nice that garden may look. Remember, before that garden was planted, it was a dirt pile of shit. So don't do that. Ian, are you getting this C3PO? And do you think this is going to be the one? Because remember, it was crazy because last week people were talking about C3PO, but then they were also talking about boxes that were labeled for Black Adam. So could it be one of those things where we get both of them in 1 week?
Yeah, could I make a 1 minute comment just on what you said about that certain company?
Yeah, go ahead.
So,
go ahead. Please do. Please do. As a matter of fact.
So, I think a lot of people know I was a grand moth with that company. I spent a lot of money with them and had direct contact with the owner. We fell out because I obviously saw the shit show and I deleted them from WhatsApp. I had one figure left which was on store credit, which was the Green Goblin hobo or the upgraded suit, which I already had from another company. So I got all my money back and I was getting inundated by people contacting me about getting their money back, so I was given some advice. So I need to be balanced. So I wasn't getting this. So in the UK, within your credit card or your debit card, there's a certain period of time that they would cover you from, same as PayPal, that then that company were using. In the UK, I don't know if it's other places around the world, there's what's called under a law, Section 75, that they then take a bit of the hit. But when you have a break in the transaction, so by law, a break in the transaction is where you go through Apple Pay or PayPal, they then have this get out clause that they say, sorry, you broke the transaction and it's not direct. Now with TW, it's direct. They're taking debit or credit card, right? So if somebody is still buying, and I'm not recommending that, you've got that added benefit. So I'm just, I'm throwing some things out. So 2 weeks ago, I got a message from Philip, and if he's watching, he knows this. He sent me a message because I kept saying, send me this figure, the Green Goblin. I already got it from another company. What's this, 6, 7, 8 weeks ago? Can't remember. So I got it and I thought, okay, let's see. And they sent the shipping information, and we all know season collectors, it could be the ghosting shipping notification, but it came through. And I was going to sell it because I don't want 2 of this figure. And by the way, it's a fantastic figure.
Yeah.
I put it on, listed, and I don't know if Dominic's in the chat. I know he said, and hello Dominic, if you in the chat and I've missed you. But I sent it through, and Dominic bought it straight away because I got a discount and I sold it at what I had it for. Dominic told me that he also was a victim of this company, and he's not bought a figure since last June, and this was the first figure because it turned him off, and it turned me off. Yeah. So I endorse what you're saying, Leo. Now I'm playing devil's advocate. Okay. For me, I have a bad experience with him, what he done, particularly with the point system and all this stuff. Yep. You know, it's there as fact. I believe in second chances, but I don't like calling people out. This guy needs to show integrity and admit the business got too big and I was overwhelmed or whatever, but it's not there. So I can't endorse that. I've had messages, and I wouldn't I still wouldn't recommend anybody to buy from this person.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact is that he's used an old tactic that he used before in C3PO. Sorry, going back onto your original point. This was him because he had minions getting ahead of it and getting information and jumping ahead of time and saying it's been released. And I think from memory, this has delayed a figure because of what he himself has done with Hot Toys. So I'm very wary of people. I believe in second chances, and I'm not saying I would never ever buy something off him again. I'm not saying that. It would almost be a miracle if I did, but just be wary for people still, because people are getting their figures now, and he did move his premises and he has downsized. So I'm trying to be. I've a lot of issues with him because I got all my money back, but it's cost me a lot more to replace it. So I'm a bit reserved on how I speak about him, because I don't want in future that I've maybe bought a figure and then people say, "Oh, you slated him," and yeah, I've slated him because it's shocking. I'm disgusted what he's done to people like Dominic, who almost left the collecting community. It's awful.
Yeah,
So,
definitely, bro. Definitely. We got another person who I'm interested in hearing from. We got my man Dan, cheating ass Dan,
brought me
in
in
the
pretty quick.
building.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we got cheating ass Dan in the building. Dan, did you get? And thank you for being here as always, bro. Did you get? And before I say this, oh, you just had. You just had to fucking put Padme up in front of camera just to let everybody know that you got this anyway.
What?
Back to the subject. We were talking about the simple fact that this company, I don't like saying the name. Ian said the name, Philip is the owner of this particular company. And and that was pleasantly put to Ian. Like I said, we try to give companies a fair go. 112 people out there, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. We try to give people a fair go when it comes to quality shipping figures. Give them a second chance if they effed us up. There's been a few companies that F people over, but they've redeemed themselves. But this company continued to do so. And any other day, they basically put out a disclaimer that C3PO is the next figure to get shipped. And I'm pretty sure you probably got that email as well.
Yeah, I did.
Right? Ian said that there are people that are starting to get their figures now from Toys Wonderland.
Well, remember I told you I got my bat cycle from them, which was random. They never sent me a tracking or nothing, an email. I've been bugging them about it.
Yeah.
They didn't say shit, and all of a sudden it was just there. But for the Batman figure, I had the bat signal and deluxe and all that, right? The big one. I still haven't gotten that one. And it's been the same thing. So I haven't got all my figures from them. So I don't know. At this point, it's like I don't know what else to do. It kind of is what it is for me. Like I'm thankfully I don't have 25, 30 pre-orders or whatever from them. Like I've never had that. Like it's always like a couple. So like we're literally only the in-art Batman and this bat signal and Batman from Hot Toys are the only things I have left there. But they ship it, they don't, whatever. Like I have both replacements ready to go. So I've been, I guess, lucky with that. But I don't know, man. Like we all know how they are. Like it didn't start out like this way. They used to actually be one of the better Hong Kong resellers until I don't know what happened. They just couldn't handle the amount of orders they were getting or what. Like, but yeah, I used to get my figures in a day and a half, just on my door. Like,
Uh-huh.
yes, I'd pay like a lot more, but it would get here. Now you can't even get a hold of their customer service. So I don't know. I don't know what Philip's doing over there. It's very suspect. It's very wormy. It's just not good. Like they've been bad for this community for the last couple of years now, that they've really started fucking people over. So I think either they should just stop or actually just fulfill the goddamn orders.
Yeah.
Do what they were doing before, which when they didn't have a problem. What happened now? I don't know. I try not to think about it because it'll just piss me off. But I feel bad for anybody who's invested an absolute insane amount of money to them, because they're not it anymore. They've been like horrible for a while now. So I stay far away from them. I don't care. I just want them to ship my goddamn shit, because you can't even get a refund from him right now. So it's kind of it's a rough place to be. So I've been bugging the shit out of them for that Batman and Bat Signal because initially when I was bugging the shit out of them, they were like, okay, first week of February it'll be at your door. Bullshit. It is, what day is it? How far are we into fucking February already? It is the 11th, and that shit ain't here. So,
and it still hasn't arrived.
Yeah.
We got Windman. I can get it. I can get if the biz got out of hand, but sending fake tracking numbers and lying, nope. And pulling the old no refund, just store credit for a store that won't or can't ship what I pay for, no. Okay, so I got my NR Gandalf on Friday. Okay, so Palal got his figure. Wow. Okay, thankfully I started collecting when this community was first starting, show their shady behavior, and you guys first started to warn us about them. I never dealt with them. Yeah, okay, definitely. Here's the thing, man. Like, a lot of us, and in their heyday and in their defense, Ian, and you even know, around 2018, 2019, 2017, stuff like that, when they basically introduced whatever, bro, they were on point. They were on point with shipping out your pieces. You would get your figures quick. DHL used to show up at my crib within about 5 days, 3 to 5 days, and I would have my figure, no problem. You know what I mean? But Ian, like you said, once you draw enough attention to your company and you don't have it at capacity, it becomes a problem. It's just too big. And instead of them admitting that, they still try to fulfill, or they try to pull the okie doke.
Yeah, they can just say like we can't take any more orders on this. And that's it. That's all they have to do. Like they just got greedy, and that's where it is.
Yeah, we got greedy. Yeah, go ahead, Ian.
Here's the thing on this, and who knows if Philip watches this behind the scenes, and if you do, Philip, you know who I am. We talk, and I've gave you direct feedback. If you want to make a change, it's not about downsizing your business. You've got to come out and admit you've made mistakes. You got overwhelmed. You didn't have the business acumen. You've got to be sincere. And it's not about shipping figures out. It's about that aspect of reaching out to the community and being honest, because we're all human, right? And that's, I do believe in second chances. But he shat on so many people, and people that I know that have just dropped, they've sold their collection, it turned them sour, and that really bothers me. So what I don't like as a UK buyer, I used to buy from Sideshow. That's just not a good thing for us with shipping and taxes and all that stuff. The Hong Kong price has went up. I'm telling you, it's went up. Even Toys Wonderland prices themselves, their baseline has went up. So competition has degraded, and that annoys me, because it was there. And you've got people that I'm buying, there's several companies that I'm buying from, and their prices have slightly went up. Yeah. And I've seen it. I buy a lot of figures and I see it.
Yeah.
And it's not good for collectors.
Not good for collecting going forward, man. You never know. And that again is when those prices go up, whether it's Toys Wonderland or whether it's because these prices in art's going up. We already know J&D, those prices are up, and then if people see that the attentions are on those figures, bro, it's like we never know how it's going to influence Hot Toys and what will happen from there, bro. If he's watching, stop watching and ship the damn figure.
Yeah. I want my goddamn bat signal. Jesus.
Bro. I have 0 figures from him, and I have, 0, I'm not getting anything from him. I just refuse to do it. I mean, to each his own. I have no faith in that. I have no faith that they can actually deliver, and I don't want to put myself into a situation where, having to send emails, like, bro, having to send emails, having to go through Justin when Justin was representing the company, that was a headache for me, bro. That was a headache. And I felt as though I shouldn't have had to. I shouldn't have to do anything like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, none of us should have to. You should have the confidence in the company, to for them to deliver on the goods. And, Dan, if you're still sitting up here waiting on figures, if there's people out there that are still waiting on figures, and then we know that what they do is when there's a figure release, if you want it early, then what do? They upcharge on that shit.
Yeah.
And I just ain't got time for that. I really don't. I don't have time for that drama. I don't have time for the headaches. I'll just wait. Just wait. And when it's here, it's here. I've already adopted that concept. I don't have to get day one. I really, really don't have to have day one figures. So I won't put myself in that situation. But for anybody that will, Cal, what do you think? Cal, have you ever gotten any pieces from Toys Wonderland, bro?
I've gotten several pieces, statues, figures. For the most part, they always did right by me. I even got my 2-pack in-art Joker from them. But when it came to my free rewards piece, my Mando loop, that shit is still out there somewhere. So I'm right there with Dan. Actually, while y'all saw it, I just sent another email like, yo, where my shit at?
I sent one yesterday. So I'm tired of bugging Philip's bitch ass. Sorry.
Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Calvin, send me your order number.
Got you. He said nothing but a word.
And Dan as well, if you want. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah.
Can I send you a letter just to say fuck you? Can you? No, I'm just playing. No, that was a joke. That was a joke. That was honestly a joke. No,
I already done that.
No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Like, look, I'm like you, bro. Any company, and maybe, like I said, look, I'm not going to shop from them because, like I said, they just kind of lost my trust. But for anybody else who will, if you have great stories from them, and if you think that they are improving on whatever, then that's completely fine. I'm just saying, like, be careful. That's all I'm saying is when it comes to spaces like this and it's collecting, we spend mad money on these figures.
Yeah.
And we don't deserve the treatment. If I'm spending almost $200 to $300 on a figure, I shouldn't be waiting. I shouldn't have to wait as long. And then on top of it, you still have the Batman figure from InArt through them, right?
Yeah. I mean, thankfully I secured another one from Spec. Fiction.
Okay.
So that was the one I was really like annoyed about. Like I'm really like concerned about that one. So I was like, man, like I had this paid off for over a year. Like when this drops, like I just want to get it, and like so then once I realized that they're not shipping stuff anymore, like this was like a year ago now, like when they stopped completely shipping stuff, like I was like, fuck, like I've been searching for months, and then when Spec finally put out, like, and like I guess all the retailers really put out a couple more Batman figures due to like cancellations and stuff, I'm sure, then I hopped on one as soon as I could. So
Leo, sorry, can I make a comment? Because
sure.
I see various adjectives in the chat and online, and I always do like to try and play a certain way. So I don't believe, as bad as Toys Wonderland are, that they were ripping people off. I don't believe that. Right? I don't believe that we're ripping people. This guy didn't have the business acumen, and I've spoke to Justin. He didn't have that acumen. But all I'm going to say is, I like to base on facts. That figure that I got this week was on store credit. I couldn't get back from the credit card. I couldn't get back from PayPal. I had absolutely zero confidence that was going to come here.
Yeah.
He delivered that. He's sorted the shit out and he's sent it here, right? So, and I need to just state facts. As much as I've got a feeling on all of this, I can't dismiss that. And other people are the same.
Yeah.
I'm not promoting this, people, but I'm just saying, if you've got a figure, hang in there, and there's a technique, just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. You know, so he's not a scammer. He's not ripping off.
Yeah.
He got over his head as far as I'm concerned. I'm just, that's my personal opinion. Don't take anything else from it.
Yeah.
But that's what I see.
And here's the thing, and I say this too because I agree definitely with your head 100%. But here's the thing, where that kind of gets a bit tough is because a lot of us, including myself at one point, had a personal connection to the company, and we were able to respond with them. You know what I mean? We were able to even if we didn't get it on time, we were able to basically reach them and speak to somebody. So they would know, based on the money that we've invested in the company, based on the communication that we've had through other people, then we grow to understand that there are things that could change. We grow to understand that, you can give a benefit of the doubt in certain aspects of it and grow to understand. And even that company will probably be more lenient because they know that you were a returning customer. You had money vested in it. So they'll look. But my point is here, though, what about the individuals who haven't had a long-term relationship with them, who are just coming on and have already had bad dealings and situations with them? And even when they've reached out, because they don't have the clientele that a lot of us do as even content creators, that they completely ignore. You know what I mean? So when I look at it from that aspect, that's when I'm like, yo, that's when it's tough. Because I agree 100% at what you're saying, but I'm just looking at the little guy, the individuals out there who aren't us and who aren't public faces on on social media, on these platforms that have been dicked around from this company, and they just don't give a shit because, again, they're not the ones out there that have in the past been promoting them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when it gets kind of tough. And that's when I look at.
And he's still shitting on some people I know with massive followings. So I don't know. I don't know the thought process. So I'm it's not devil's advocate, and I'm certainly not endorsing. Please, nobody take it this way. But this young guy got overwhelmed.
He did.
Overwhelmed.
He got overwhelmed, and on top of that, if I was him in the very beginning, if I knew that I wasn't in a place, I wouldn't align. And this is nothing against Justin, because Justin's been doing this for a long time. But I wouldn't have aligned myself with somebody who has such a huge draw within the community, knowing that is going to get you the attention, and you're not ready for that attention. I'd have played the back. I'd have been like, okay, we can get you these figures, but don't promote too much. You know what I mean? Because we're just not where we need to be. We're not there yet. We're just not there yet. So we're gonna fall the fuck back. We'll get you the figures when you need them. You can kind of promote here and there, but don't go full fledged. And we're not going to put out there or make an agreement with you again, because like you, Ian, like me, like Dan, like anybody else who's basically invested money And the stress that we went through, like the amount of bullshit that we've gone through, bro, like literally, we got stories to tell. Like we got stories to tell for days. Ian, I remember it was when I was then it was when I was it was the very first, my very first Costa case that I created. Me and Ian had a 3-hour long conversation out my. Remember that when I was painting, bro?
Yeah.
We had a 3-hour long conversation in my backyard while I was painting and all that. Ian was pissed, and when I'm talking about pissed, Ian that day was the beekeeper. The movie The Beekeeper. He was the beekeeper, bro. He would have literally fucked somebody up if they would have been near him at that point. That's how angry he was. I never seen Ian that angry.
Well, it wasn't the beekeeper. It was William Wallace from Braveheart. I was going to fuck somebody up.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, bro, you were fucking pissed. You were fucking pissed. And I was like, yo, it was a valid point. There was a valid point. It was a valid reason to be mad. And that's what I'm saying. Like us having these we got stories to tell. My thing is, I am definitely out there looking out for the little guy and the people who don't have our reach in this community. That they got to make shit right with them. They definitely got to make shit right with them first. They got to make shit right with these individuals who probably came into this collecting atmosphere, purchased 1 or 2 figures, and that's all they wanted. And they still ain't got the shit. And they're still waiting. That's the shit those are the individuals that they got to make right with. They have to make it right with them individuals. And if they do so, then maybe there's a slither of the chance that they might gain the confidence of some people in this community. They might be able to rebound from a lot of the shit that they've actually gone through. But like you said, I mean, I believe in second chances. I believe in second chances for most folks, but for me, I just been, I just looking at it, Ian, I'm going to live vicariously through you. And if I ever need something, I'm going to tell them my name's Ian. So that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is, bro. Like, I can't give them that level of confidence. And then because of that, because of the experience with them, I've definitely decided not to buy through companies. There's only one company, maybe 1 or 2 companies that right now I go through kit for certain figures. And even though I don't get them day one, I get them whenever they're released. And once they basically get released, I'll have it and I'm good. Toys buying agent for a lot of people. I bought maybe 1 figure from him, but I know for a fact he gets it to you like, you know what I mean? Like literally. So that's where I'm at with that. 117 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Please give us some love. But again, I've decided to wait. I go to my local brick and mortars, like such as Ray from Underground Figures, Ray from Hawk Wars Toys, other companies such as that. I deal with those because again, I don't need to, and I don't do reviews because I leave it to the pros. Like y'all do it well. Plus Dan cheats. So I don't really need to basically do that. You know what I mean? I can wait. But again, they soured me to that, you know what I mean, for a minute. So I kind of lean back on it. So it is what it is. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, I mean, they can pick up as a business and move forward again. Anyway, we got two possible releases this week. That is C-3PO from what we know so far, and then also Black Adam. Dan, were you going to get Black Adam?
Yeah, I have it ordered from Sideshow. Okay. Been paying it off. I don't need that day one, dude. So I got it on Sideshow. It was waitlisted a long time ago, so I was happy to get it from the waitlist. So I'm just waiting on that. But I'm excited for that C-3PO though. Yeah, that's gonna be one that that's a must. That's a must have for me.
Once that drops, it's over. It's over because that means once that C-3PO drops, once that Black Adam drops, there's only what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures left. And the only one that's important to me is Vader at that point.
Yeah.
That's the only one. That's the only major one that's important to me is going to be that Vader. So once we get that Vader, That C3PO, I'm all in, bro. I'm good. I'm definitely all. Y'all should do an anti-TW campaign until every order is filled, just as y'all sang their praise a few years ago. Hey, bro, listen. I sang their praise in the very beginning, but then I was basically also the first to say when they were wrong. So ain't nobody singing their praises this way. I'm going to tell you that right now. Ain't nobody singing their praises this way. I will definitely say that right off the bat. Nobody, any company, no matter who it is, even if it was Sideshow, I put them on blast a few times. Any company that's out there that isn't fulfilling orders, that's doing the community wrong, I'm gonna put you out there, regardless of who you are. I'm not shilling for nobody. I already say that in the very beginning. I buy from whoever is going to give me quality. And right now, Underground Figures, Hawkwood Toys, they've been doing me well. You know, even Sideshow every now and then, like they do justice. You know what I mean? So I deal with those companies. I don't deal with offshore companies anymore. I just don't. I choose not to. So again, I'm not here to shill for anybody. I'm not here to basically sing the praises to anybody. I'm going to call you out, especially when you need to be called out. I'm calling you out.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. You know, I'm not going to go on a campaign and tirade like a lot of people do every daggone stream. Nah.
Yeah.
Because then that gets out of hand and that just basically just gets too much. I don't have to deal with it that way. Today I said what I said, and I'm just going to leave it at that.
Exactly. Yeah. This is this is a hobby, bro. Like this isn't a lot of our lives. Like, you know, like to go on a campaign and shitting on thing, like that's so much energy wasted, bro. I'm just like not a lot of us have time to do that bullshit. Like you know, like it's pointless and it's just when I see people do that, it's like in my head, like I think you're honestly being honest, you guys know how I am. I think you're a fucking clown if you sit there and just shit on things all stream long. It's pointless. You look dumb and you look like like you're immature. Like it's just it's not a good look. It's not a good look for like collectors. Like I've shown people who aren't collectors like some of these streams and they're like, wow, like that's a grown man crying about like toys. And yeah, like that's what you look like to normal people that aren't in this collecting thing, and that's fine and all, but just be positive, you know, like Single Summer just said right there. What timing? Like, you know,
stay positive, keep the hobby alive. That's just basically where it's at.
Like, real quick, Dan, you look like a crying ass. I almost had another word come out of my mouth, but you look like that to us too.
A what?
I caught myself. I said, you look like a crying ass. I caught myself, but you look like that to the community too, not just layman's.
I don't know what that means.
Well, you said how they look when you showed them to somebody else.
Oh, I guess. What?
Never mind. I'll explain later.
He's talking about. I know. I think I know. I know what you're talking.
You said you showed somebody to just randoms, right? That are outside the community that don't collect, and what they look like, crying ass punks, right? Basically over toys. I'm saying they look the same to us too.
Oh, well, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. I get what you're saying there. I get what you're saying. Hey, if it's DC Fett, if you think we're taking it too far, bro, sorry about that. I mean, it's not we're not saying it in a way that it's an attack. All we're saying is we're not going to go on a tirade. Like we're not going to. Yeah, it's no need for that. We're not going to. We're definitely not going to. I say it specifically. I bring it up because of the email that I actually got. And again, brother, like I said, all due respect, and I get what you're saying because there were a lot of people that did. In the very beginning, bro, we knew nothing about this company. All we knew is that what we were getting in the very beginning. We knew that the opportunity was there. They were giving us incredible pieces. We were getting pieces in a timely manner. You know what I mean? At that point. And then all of a sudden it just fell apart because they got overwhelmed. And they got overwhelmed, but here's the thing, when you're overwhelmed, but then you start communicating the wrong way. Like even bashing people for saying that. It's like, yo, come on, man. Like we want our shit and you're not responding. So we have to go through lengths. It's not when you're putting $250, almost $300, sometimes $400, or even $1,000 on these pieces, depending if it's a grail or not. When it's that's when it goes beyond just a figure. We're talking about money. You're sitting on money that could have went towards bills or anything else. That's when it's beyond a figure. But to continue to keep going down this road where we're just on every show because we've seen it, then you're labeled that complaining, whatever. I don't want to do that. I just brought this up because, number one, today I got an email from these motherfuckers talking about C3PO was dropping and that get your orders in now. And I'm like, why are you sending me this damn email? Even if it's an automated thing, why are you sending this email out? And then, like, somebody said earlier, SooSoo Toys had to basically respond to them and debunk some of the shit that they were doing because they didn't give them any information about their figures. So they put information out. That shit's crazy. That shit is fucking nuts. You know what I mean? So I'm going to definitely call them out when they need to call it out. You know what I mean? But I don't want you to feel as though we're putting you on blast for saying what you said, because a lot of shit that you said was 100% true. But it's the simple fact that I choose not to be that company or that streamer or that influencer who wants to go on a tirade or a campaign every daggone show, because then it doesn't look good for me. And it doesn't look like it's not a good look for me to project that energy out in the community, especially if I'm trying to keep it positive from a positive aspect. But this is a positive, constructive conversation because we're telling you to watch your money. Watch your money. Know where you're getting these things from. That's the whole point of the conversation today. Not to throw some whatever. So definitely, my brother DC Fat Man, I don't want you to take it personal at all. Do not take it personal at all. All we are basically saying is I just choose not to be that person to go down that whole path of just on every show. Because then the thing is, if I'm calling them out, then I definitely have to call other companies out too. Because it's not just them. And I say that it's not just Toys Wonderland. There's been some bad dealings with other companies. You know what I mean? So just wanted to kind of put that out there. There's been some bad dealings with other. Hey, look, not the same. Hell, Sideshow hates me.
Yeah,
because they
fucked me over a couple times.
They fucked me over a lot of times, bro. Hell, they just basically, bro, they took my money on Thursday, right? They took my money on Thursday for Morbius. It's still sitting in processing. You took my money, but I still haven't got my figure shipped.
They've been doing that a lot lately.
Yeah, because they're giving you that false. They're telling you, well, it takes up to 10 days after you get the money. You never did that before. Anytime you took my money, you would ship my shit like that. But now you're basically sitting on my money again, and my figure hasn't been shipped. You feel me?
Real quick, they did that. They did that to me with Wolverine, which I'm actually opening now.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I think it was 5 days before every time I checked my account, processing. So I finally called and I was like, yo, what's the deal? I'm in SoCal. Yeah. You guys normally have my shit to me the next day. Well, we're just worrying about getting this out, woo. I'm like, all right. I mean, I've seen plenty of packages showed up where you guys just tag and it is what it is.
Yeah.
Next day, what happened? It's being shipped out. So what I would suggest you do is give them a call. I think they have some in the system where they're like, oh shit, he called about it. Red flag, get it out. I think they're just taking their sweet time for the ones that aren't getting on them about it. Otherwise, so just call them, get on their ass about it.
Call them up. Don't even ask. Sit on your money. And don't let them sit on your money. That's what I'm saying, bro. If we're calling out one company, we have to call them all out. But again, I want to get beyond that because, like I said, I just wanted to address it in a way that, again, understand that we just don't want to spend every stream doing this. Like, it's not for every daggone stream. That's not where we're at. We're addressing it so the community can know, especially for people who are first-time collectors, be completely aware. Aware where you're getting these pieces from, and just guard your money. That's where I'm at. Then Underground does it right. He waits until he has it in hand before he takes your money. Then it ships. Exactly. That's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he does. He waits once he gets this figure, and he'll let you know precisely a couple days before, this is going to be in on this date. Expect the invoice, and on that date, you'll get that invoice, and he'll let you know it's in, and he ships it right away within a day, bro. As soon as he takes your money, you get that shipping invoice right after that. Hawkwarts Toys does the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Hell, Kit does the same exact thing. You know what I mean? Same thing. Never had a problem with it. And I'm pretty sure, you know, I dealt with Toys Buying Agent one time, and that's where I got my Mysterio from. Man, I got that Mysterio. I paid for it within a day. Within an hour, I got the label saying that your thing's being shipped out. And I paid for it Monday. I got that thing in on Wednesday. That's how quick it was, bro. Like he was quick. He was quick. He was definitely quick. So, and the thing is, it's crazy because we try not to sound like privileged individuals who are entitled, right? But if you're paying that money, what do you think, bro? Like, what? I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough situation. It's definitely a tough situation. Who's this? Big Blue. Wow, AL can go on some long ass rants. Sorry about that, bro. Don't mean to go on a tirade, but again, we have to address things thoroughly so people understand. Dan at Underground, yeah, definitely say that. My 1973 Wolverine arrived on my birthday in January. It's like Sideshow times it that way. Right? They definitely. Peace to you too, brother. I hope everything is. I hope you understand, man. I don't want you to take it wrong, my man, because again, you know, your opinion is always valued. So definitely, I completely understand. Got my Mondo Man Batman last night. That figure is a beast. Dope, bro. Definitely. Single songwriter. I heard shipping containers got hijacked in December and January, which slows down production being shipped to the US. That's another thing you got to watch out for. Your stuff being hijacked, because that does become a problem. So watch out for that. That's exactly what Ray Underground does, and I appreciate that. Great business with Ray. Definitely, Ray is on point. I'm trying to tell y'all that. He's that guy. To be TBA fast as fuck. Yeah, Toys Buy Agent fast as hell. Definitely they are. Honesty goes a long way. If you tell me that my item is en route to you, then it will ship. I'm good. Don't take my loot and send me fake shipping and you don't have the item. Exactly. That's just the way it is, man. Even companies like Lego takes 3 to 4 days sometimes to ship, and it's hard to understand. Wow, never knew that. Shipping has been a nightmare lately. Yeah, it definitely has. Hey, Lael, you need to save your money for those Crocs with toes. You asshole. Hell no, I'm not getting that. Nope. Ain't gonna work for me, buddy. Nope. Never heard anyone disappointed with Underground. The best for me person. Bro, Evil Sneaker, bro. You already know. We've been endorsing this company from day one. I've been endorsing them for like what, 6 years now? Underground is on point, bro. Like Underground, Ray is God sent. I both Ray and Ray from Underground, they're God sent, bro. They are. I mean, I'm from Hawk Wars. They're God sent because again, they come through with quality service, bro, and complete transparency. Our figures got stolen by pirates. That's what it feels like. Let's see here. My man Beskar says, Commander Green, I got them chewy Crocs. Wow. Yo, also shout out, big shout out, really quick, a big shout out to Mafia, man. He's been sick. Get better, bro. I know yesterday you said you had some issues with your heart, bro. So I want to give a shout out to you, man. Get better, bro. First and foremost, get better. I hope you're resting. I hope you're ready to go next week. Heart conditions are nothing to play with, especially if it's something where it's consistent. So you already know, bro. You need anything, hit me up. You hit anybody up, and we got you. We definitely got you, man. So shout out to you. I hope you were laying down, resting right now.
I ain't getting that shit.
You know, definitely, man. Lael pulled a cam. I ain't getting that shit. You already know I ain't getting them shits, bro. Hell no. When I used to sell guitars, I would give tracking, and I would track also then on the day of delivery. I would email the customer showing them the guitar is out for delivery. Yeah. That's good service. That's what you do. Evil Sneaker, I agree. The Underground also has better prices than Sideshow. I didn't say that. You did. I'm just letting you know. You already know. Get well soon, Mafia. Definitely, man. Thanks, bud. Yeah, definitely get well soon, bro. Anyway, man, great show, great conversations. What I mean? We said read last, Leo. What? What you say? Oh, you said read last comment? Hold up. Someone's selling Blade right now on Facebook, calling my name. Bro, then buy it. What you playing for? Buy it. Like, if it's calling your name, get that figure now, because you will not be disappointed. But then you must know that if you get that figure, you got to also get Morbius. You got to also get, yeah, so definitely do that. Buy it. Do that now. Appreciate, yeah, my damn electrical signal since I was a kid. Electrical signal. Oh, yeah, I got you, bro. Anyway, yeah, great show, everybody. Thank you for being here. Ian, any last words, man? I mean, I know I'm keeping you away from your butt naked time, bro, but any last words, anything you want to mention, bro? Because, you know, I know you hot right now. Let's go.
Hey, no, honestly, big shout out to Shane 16 Figure Focus, hit 3K subs.
Oh, nice.
3 days ago.
Bro.
So there's a free giveaway figure tomorrow night.
Nice.
With free shipping as well to boot. So it is brand new inbox. So yeah, looking forward to that. Hopefully somebody deserving gets that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then this week actually I did talk to you about it, Leo. Maybe we could do it next week. I'm cataloguing all my figures and my Blu-rays and 4K and vinyl.
We did talk about that, bro.
We could do that.
Let's do it next Sunday.
We could do that. There's a nice
Let's do it
app
next
for
Sunday.
collectors.
Yeah.
And it's good for your insurance as well.
Touching on Shane, I also want to congratulate him on his 3K, as well as he sent us a message just about an hour ago saying he plans to watch his first Super Bowl ever, his first NFL game ever.
Oh, wow.
So
You sent the message?
Yeah, well, we have another chat, but he sent us a message saying he's watching his first NFL game today.
Okay.
So he picked the right game, the first one to watch. So
yeah,
if you're gonna watch one, watch the Super Bowl. That's the one to watch.
Yeah,
Calvin. Shane
Yes,
knows nothing about the NFL.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry, Shane.
I know. one of the guys was like, it was Mark. Mark said, "Hey, if you need anything, just let me know. I'll walk you through it."
Yeah, bro. Definitely, man.
I'll give you a heads up.
Definitely, bro. Definitely a shout out to Shane on his 3K. Congrats. And many more, man. Hope you're going moving forward, bro. Like, you know, you continue to grow. You know, this community, like I said, is, you know, ever so, you know, negativity keeps the community small, but you know, if we keep that positive energy, it'll grow. So definitely want to put that out there. So shout out as always on that. But yeah, man, Ian, definitely, man. Thank you for being here, bro. Thank you for being a part of the show as always. Dan, what you got going on, man? What you got coming up, brother?
Yeah, I got the Padme video. I'm almost done filming. I still have to do the Dead Strange as well. That review, it's still in the box. I gotta open that thing up. And you know, typical streams throughout the week, you know, here with you, you know, LW on Fridays. Last week was with on Mario's channel, El Profi. So yeah, that was a fun one. But yeah, nothing else really, just chilling. And yeah, I appreciate you for always having me on. But I'm always late.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Sorry,
man,
bro. Anytime, bro. You already know.
Yeah.
We already know when you coming in, you got something in the tuck. So I'm like, yeah, this motherfucker about to cheat. So I just got to expect that. So I already see how that's coming off. So anyway, yeah, man. Thank you for being here as always. Low key, well, I ain't got to today. I already know what today is, bro. I already know what today is, bro. I ain't got to say too much, man. I already know it is.
What time is it?
Yeah. I got you.
T-minus about 4 hours.
Yeah.
I'll address one thing. I see somebody said a thumbs down to this Super Bowl. You must feel that way about every Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. I mean,
He feels that way about basketball too.
Yeah, you know. got a new coach. I think they're 1-5, 1-6. Something like that.
Hell yeah. You already know, man.
Hey, listen, I'm in Scotland and I'm still staying up to watch the Super Bowl. Not just because we've got the Deadpool trailer coming.
I'm definitely looking for that.
Yeah, can't wait for that. But the 49ers are definitely winning this. Absolutely.
Aaron says, I feel targeted.
You are.
Yeah, you should
As you always should.
Bro, you be painting that target on your chest,
you put
bro.
yourself out there.
Yeah,
He's putting
definitely.
the fucking arrow right here.
Hell yeah. Luminar, shout out to you. She said, I just made it home. Bus ride home. She was listening to us. Shout out. Thank you for being
Cool.
here.
Glad you got in
As
safe.
always. I'm in for the Deadpool 3 trailer and a tribute to Carl Weathers and great. Yeah. Hell yeah. Because there's going to be a contribution. Yeah, definitely. In Gronk TV.
What?
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again. So there's a tribute to Carol.
Yeah. There's going to be a tribute to Carl Weathers today.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Doing it, yeah. So
Oh.
definitely shout out to that, man.
Wow.
Because again, I have nothing against football. It just seems very wasteful losing 2 hours of my life to watch 22 millionaires on TV chatting a bag full of wind on their underwear. Hey, it be out there, man. Like a lot of people here's the thing, bro. I mean, I've been invested in the NFL since I was a youth, since I was a kid. So even though my team is a bag of shit, it is. We ain't seen a championship since 1992-93, man. But you know what? I'm going to still ride with them to the end. So right now, here's the thing.
Real quick, but your team got one, right?
Yeah, we got one.
And you're a champion. That's
we got. You know what? We got a few of them, bro. You know what I mean? Not only basically with Mark Rippon. We got a couple of
history. I'm just making the point that you got
one. We got one. You know, we got it. You know, we got.
No,
that.
the Commanders haven't got one.
Well, the Commanders haven't got one, but you know what I'm talking about, man.
Iterations.
Yeah, bro.
Previous
Don't be bringing that up. Don't bring that up.
Kick a man while he's down. God
Yeah,
damn.
man. Don't be bringing that up. Come on, man. Don't bring that up. Don't bring that up. Do not bring that up. I live in the space of history. I don't live in this space right now, man. We got a lot to think about with that name. Hopefully Magic Johnson, since he's part owner, will come in and say, yo, we need to straighten some things up. We'll see. That Commander's name needs to go away. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can take the skins away, but but Kansas City can keep the Chiefs. Florida State can keep the Seminoles.
Yeah.
Yo, DC Fett, I'm from Detroit, bro.
Well, you just had a hell of a year then.
Bro.
You should be happy.
Oh, except for NBA. Y'all went on that crazy losing streak.
That crazy loser streak. But bro, listen, DC Fett, my neighbor's a Detroit fan.
It's the same as mine.
He's a Detroit fan. And I was like literally like with him, I was like, yo, like I was happy for him because I know the shit that they've been through the last couple of years. I was super duper happy for him. It's just that, but what they can say, they made it a lot further along than most of these teams out there that were expected to make it. Dallas. You know what I mean? So, hey, let's talk about them Cowboys. Hell, I'm sorry to say it, but let's talk about them Eagles.
Damn.
What they say, fly, birdies fly.
Let's talk about them Eagles. How y'all going? No. As a matter of fact, let's talk about Baltimore. How the hell y'all going to choke like that? Really? Now, y'all can talk shit about my squad because we ain't shit. We ain't been shit for. But come on. You ride the entire season with a record that is impressive. And you get to the big dance and you wear 2 left shoes? Come on, man. Let's go. Single songwriter, them Eagles, fly Eagles fly. You already know I was rooting for Detroit, the underdogs. A lot of people were, bro. A lot of people were, including Eminem, who sat in his own press box by himself mentioned that shit. I'm like, fuck. Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. We are almost at that 2-hour mark. So glad to have you here. Look, DC Fett is always next year, brother. And y'all showing promise. It's always a promising aspect Literally, it is a prom. The way I look at Detroit is like I look at Real Steel, the movie. He made it to the big dance and he was fucking that robot up. It's just that the advantage gave to, whatever. But you'll be back next year, bro. Just keep that in mind. You'll be back next year. That's all you got to think about. Just don't do what the Eagles did. Make it to the big dance and then they come back the next year and just
shit the pot.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be Dak Prescott. And we just see some dancing videos. Yo, it was a dancing video of him rehearsing, and he can dance his ass off. Don't get me wrong, but they was like, "That's why your ass lost the game because you was too." They was like, "Yo, you can dance, but you can't dance in the pocket." Yo, that's crazy. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. Another great show. We will talk to you guys next week. Back same time for another discussion. Hit that like button on your way out, but enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the Super Bowl for those who are going to watch it. I can't wait. And if you ladies, if you are Usher fan, the guys, don't let your girl watch the game. Don't have time. I'm just letting you know. Just putting that out there.
Don't bring your girl around me.
Don't bring your girl true ass up, daddy. You already know. Let's go. Anyway, talk to y'all later on, man. Peace out. We love y'all. Until next week. Peace.
Break.